Once I missed a beat, only missed a beat. Once I missed a beat. What's up? Your faithful Tetris streamer is here. Vinny, this isn't Tetris. Oh fuck, wrong game. Hang on a minute. Hi. Welcome to the stream. Fuck. I just realized something. I am currently streaming on Valentine's Day. There's only about 30 seconds left of Valentine's Day. I don't want to say Happy Valentine's Day. Maybe Happy Valentine? I'll say Happy Valentine. That I'll say. So, my gift to you will be me killing things in Dead Cells. Welcome to the stream. I had some monitor problems. I'm gonna tell you all about them. Maybe someone can help. But if not, I don't think so, because my mods were- oh, it's no longer Valentine. My mods were helping me out, and it's one of those things where it's just a bad mismatch of monitors, and I'll tell you about it, because it's been an hour and a half I've been working on this, and it's been a mess. I mean, I can stream, I'm using the monitor, but you'll see. Anyway, tonight, Super Paper Mario, but first a little bit of Dead Cells, because this game got an update, which increases the frame rates to 60, for one, and gets rid of all the stuttering. This is the Switch version. Good shit. There's been a huge rework. A lot of items have been balanced, made more powerful. There's a custom game mode. So, unlock this in the standard game mode. Geez, there's, mob auto-scaling mechanic is gone. Levels now have a fixed difficulty. Mutations have been reworked and balanced. Skills have been improved. Cooldown reduction has been redone. Jesus, there's so much. You gotta check out this update. There's balancing, there's achievement stuff, there's I don't know if there's new stuff too. Level design stuff has been increased, improved. Graphics and UI, bug fixes. Unbelievable amount of work they put into this. And so, this could be my ticket to addiction. I don't know, we'll see. Vinny, did you see the trailer for the Hollow Knight sequel? I did. I did. We'll talk about that in a bit, but, I just got flashbacks to when I had strep throat. I think that's the last time I played this. Oh no. Oh, the feeling is coming back. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, that needs to be... It's a little... How's the volume, by the way? It sounded a little bit low, but now it sounds a bit... Huh. A little loud. So there's some stuff that I'm not gonna remember because it's been a while since I played this, but... But essentially more options have been made viable, aside from the frame rates being increased. And yes, the frame rates do look quite nice. No stuttering so far. Meanwhile, Warframe just got an update that was like, you know, 70 gigs. And this update was like, you know, 200 megabytes or something. I don't know how they're going to do the Fortuna update on the Switch, but I haven't played it, the Fortuna stuff, but I don't know, it's a big open world thing. The Switch version of Warframe already has enough trouble handling the bigger spaces. But, anyway, thank you for watching. Wanted to welcome you to the stream one more time. Yesterday was crazy. There were a lot of people here. How the fuck is this game still loud? I think it's just the sound effects that need to come down a little bit, because the music is good. Let me know if this is better. Crossbow's still loud as fuck. Yo, that crossbow's motherfucker. I think the crossbow is just loud. Now everything's like kind of weird. Maybe that's something they can fix. Vinny Silk Song trailer. You know what the worst part is? Once I talk about the Hollow Knight stuff, there's still gonna be people throughout the whole night asking about it. So even if I talk about it now, it's just gonna end up being a thing where people, you know, keep showing up and talk about it. So I was gonna wait until later, like another 10-15 minutes, that way everyone can, you know, join in. So I'll just do that. I'll wait, you know what? I will wait those 10-15 minutes, and all I ask in return is those 3 wacky digits. Vinny, the last Switch Warframe update was Fortuna. That's what I was talking about, yes. That's the one I saw. It started downloading, and it was like, this download will take 3 weeks. And I was like, nope, I need to download Dead Cells. Yeah, so it seems like they did a pretty good job with the amount of stuff that they did. I can't believe how committed the developers of this game are to, well, you know what? That's the way it should be. Because when the game first came out, it was good, but it wasn't as amazing as it could have been. And then they just listened to the community, you know, kept going back and forth with feedback, figured out what does this game need, and then they retooled the skills, they added different items, they made things a little bit more user-friendly. And you know what? Now the game has a reputation as being one of the best games, one of the best indie games available. So that's kind of what a developer should do, in my opinion. Go this way real quick. Did they fix how getting new items can screw you over? I don't know, but they've made other items more viable, apparently. Like, so, some of the items that were... And also, bosses don't drop legendaries anymore. Apparently. But they drop something, like, really good. A couple things that you could choose from. Something like that. Vinny, is today the day you beat the hog? Oh, wait a minute. You can't say that. This is Twitch. No, I know, my skills are severely lacking at this current moment. I'll get the repeater. the update also makes the game harder to beat. Oh, I was assuming that the update made the game a little easier. So I'm doubly not going to finish this game. I don't remember the repeater adding chains to an enemy. That is cool, though. So, you know, I've been starting the stream a little bit later lately, and that's not something I've wanted to do on a number of occasions. Oh, fuck off. Tonight, the excuse is, oh god. Tonight, the excuse is, I got a new monitor, and, you know, I got one from Micro Center a while back. It was garbage, I returned it, it was an $80 monitor, it was shit. And, so I got a good recommendation from someone on in my email about a really good monitor that's like 24 inches that would fit the space I have available, which isn't much. And I get an Acer. It's like $200. Kill 30 enemies without taking any damage. Oh, these are new. Oh, okay. That's different stuff. So, it's really good. The monitor is extremely nice. It's thin, and I like it a lot. Problem. There's a problem. The problem is it's 1440p, and my second monitor that I use for the chat and for other things is 1080p. So it's a pretty nasty mismatch that Windows can scale a little bit, but things are very blurry. So the scaling is fucked up. My mouse, when I move my mouse from the right monitor, which is the one the chat's on, that's the 1080, to the 1440, the mouse shrinks. And when I move Chatty over to it, it gets real blurry and weird and gross. Now, if I bring it down to 1080p, it continues to be really... it just stays blurry. It's just blurry as fuck. You can set different resolutions each monitor. That's what's happening. So, it's just a big mess. I'm not sure if anyone has any suggestions. Let me know. I can't read them now, but... second. I'm gonna need that one, I think. Yeah, so yeah, it sucks. And someone said you might need to get a 1440 second monitor. The thing is now I have to buy another monitor. I love my 1080p monitor. It's a touchscreen. Granted, I don't use the touchscreen that much, but do you remember when I was playing that one game and I was able to beat it? The Tingle game? Only because of the touchscreen monitor? Yeah. So, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But it just sucks that I keep buying monitors. And I returned the other one, and I love this Acer. This is a fantastic the colors are so fucking sharp. My other one that I've been using for 10 years is a 1610 monitor. But, you know, the resolution is perfectly matched with the other one, and everything was, like, really nice. Problem is it's got a dead pixel, and the colors on it are a little crusty. I don't want to throw it away because it is a good... it's heavy though, and it's thick. You know what I mean? Like, it's 10 years old, so it's a thick monitor. Even more than 10 years, I think. Just about 11. But it kept me going all this time. That monitor has been with me through thick and thin. And it's really great for what it... you know, it's got a low response time. It's just a wonderful monitor, but it's so fucking... it's so old that I needed a new one. So 1440p is great, but like the default is so small. you know, like you have to scale it. I scale it by 125% because if you leave it at 100%, everything is like super fucking small. And if I get another 1440, I would also not want to have to leave it at its full resolution of small 1440 because then things are hard to read, and then if I do scaling, then like certain apps get really like crusty looking and really blurry. So I didn't realize how complicated it would be to get a new monitor. I really didn't. And apparently, oh, fire grenade. It's kind of difficult to find a 22-inch monitor that is really good because they're not making them that small. Now, I'm not that upset. I'll live. We will all get through this, chat. I believe we will, but... But, you know, it's a thing that... again, there's a lot of complexity in something I did not expect there to be this much I figured getting a new monitor would be, you know, a little bit of work. But when I got the first one, it was like an LCD monitor. It looked like I couldn't even view it up close. It was just white. Everything was all like fucking desaturated and like half of the monitor was just light, like really bright, and then the other half was dark. So I get this one and it looks unbelievable, but then there's a whole host of other issues, and it's just dry weenus. So what can you do? I don't know what I'm gonna do. Not yet. I don't have a plan at the moment. But that's why I was late to the stream. Not that I have a schedule anyway, but late for my own, you know, purposes of wanting to get to bed early. What else? What else is going on? Still waiting for that Wargroove update. I think the developers showed off. Vinny, 1080p can be upscale, can only upscale with dynamic super sampling and NVIDIA control panel. Does that work with two monitors at a mismatched resolution? That seems to be my primary issue. That plus, if you ever hear a weird headphone noise, it's because I'm adjusting my headphones. So I gotta invest another 70 bucks in headphone cables, which I haven't done yet. Still got a little bit of stutter. Oh, that was a big stutter. I thought they fixed that shit. Vinny, more Tetris streams. I can't believe how many people want to see me fail at Tetris. There will be another Tetris stream. I don't know when. The Impaler. Yeah. That's good stuff. Good weapon upgrade right there. Or decent. Vinny, do you plan on streaming Bloodstained Ritual of the Night? I definitely do. That's right, there will be a Vinesauce themed sword in that game. Just because Iga put a Vinesauce sword in the game, that doesn't mean I'm gonna go easy on it. If it's got poopy elements. But, you know, I'm a big fan of Iga's work. Those 3 GBA and 3 DS Castlevania games, plus Symphony, are some of my favorite gaming experiences, so, you know. So I'll be streaming it. I can't wait for it in some ways, but I'm also, like, a little bit nervous. You know I'm nervous about it. I've been talking about that for a while. The demo was pretty good, so we'll see how it goes. Looked good yesterday in the Direct. Speaking of the Zelda art style, I think I can articulate something about it. So the more I look at it, the more I like it, and the more it, like, the charm kind of, I warm up to it. But I guess I just wanted something a little bit more similar to the art style of the cutscene of the animation. And maybe like the manual version of Link. See, they did the version of Link from the photo, from the Game Boy camera. Like the cute, chibi Link from the Link's Awakening DX version. It's that Link. I didn't realize it at first, but then I saw pictures and I was like, oh. But I guess part of me, the reason I love the original couple Zelda games, the first 4, is I love that version of Link. That's like my favorite version, and I don't know, I just, in the manual and then like the promotional art, he just looks cool. So I don't know, I guess I was hoping for something like that. But... But, you know. It looks good. It's Zelda, it's Link's Awakening. You know what I like, though? I like the idea that there are gonna be people that play that game, you know, thinking how cute it is. Like, oh, it's so cute! Look how cute this Zelda game is! Oh my god! And then they play it, and then they finish it, and then they're just filled with a year of existential dread. And sadness. That's gonna be spicy. It's not that sad, but you know what? When I was a kid, finishing Link's Awakening brought me to a strange place that stuck with me for a while. Vinny, did you say scaling to 125% or 150%? RTC doesn't scale well. Now I have a legit reason to fix it. 125. Vinny, would you be fine with the next main Zelda game if it was a sequel to Breath of the Wild? Yeah. Like a direct sequel? The same way Majora is a direct sequel to Ocarina? Sure. I actually like the direct sequel stuff in Zelda, whenever they do that. I think it's cool to have the same Link go on a different adventure. Which brings us to Link's Awakening. That's the Link from A Link to the Past. So after Link, you know, saved Hyrule, he's like, oh, I want to go sailing. And then all this stuff happens. That Link had a hard life too. I mean, the Ocarina of Time Link, the hero of time, had a really fucking hard life. Especially if you consider, like, what happens at the end. Like, nobody knows who he is, and, you know, he lost his childhood, and he saw all these horrific things. But... you know, then he potentially becomes a Stalfos. Allegedly. Theoretically becomes a Stalfos. Which is then, you know, referenced in Twilight Princess. See, now, some people say he doesn't, some people say he does. So there's still some argument about that. Vinny, Link's Awakening takes place after Link to the Past in the Oracle games. You know, I didn't even consider that the Oracle games were that Link. Vinny, that was retconned? He's called the hero shade for a reason. What was retconned? You see, there's so much. Like, I don't know every piece of information. Link's Awakening takes place before the Oracle games now, but it's still all the same Link. Oh, okay. Listen, I have Hyrule Historia. I remember when I first got it, I studied the timeline, and as much as I like the timeline stuff, I know how much of an afterthought it was. I know that they're going back and adding a lot of that stuff, and that's fine. I like the attempt at connection, but that's why I like the direct sequels. I enjoy when it's the same Link, and you know that character's story. Okay, so Hollow Knight. What do I think of it? It's good. Alright, well there you go, that's the discussion. The you know, Hollow Knight, DLC became a full game. And it's really great. I think the trailer looked good. I'm really interested in, you know, what kind of gameplay additions and changes are going to be made. And I think that Hornet definitely deserves her own game. It seems like a no-brainer now that we have it. So, well, it's not out yet, obviously, but now that we know it's in existence, it's really cool. So I'll probably stream it, unless it's like 60 hours, and in which case I'll just die. Well, Hollow Knight was about 40, so I wonder if they're gonna go for a similar length game. Like, are they gonna go for like a huge, massive map again? Or do you think maybe it'll be a little bit less in scope because it started as DLC? I wonder. There's 150 new enemies, it's gonna be huge. It's a long fucking game, man. Look forward to another 4-month Hollow Knight stream. But I never seen nothing like that on Earth. It's my new song that I've been thinking about a lot lately. The Dr. Light, I ain't never seen nothing like that on Earth song. I never seen nothing like that on Earth. Just that, over and over and over again. You get the picture. Twin Daggers 4. Nah. So yeah, the Yoshi game yesterday, I have another further thought. I like that there seems to be, on that first level at least, a little bit more emphasis on exploration. Like, the platforming in Woolly World was more of a focus. I feel like the exploration in that level at least seemed to be more of a focus. and like finding the hidden stuff. I'm a little worried that that game is going to be really easy. I know I was a little bit positive and like, oh no, it'll be hard because they made the previous game difficult. I'm a little worried. I don't know. I was optimistic yesterday, but the more I thought about it, the more worried I got. One of the things I like about Nintendo's games is that you can play them, and like if you play Mario, some of the more recent Mario games, like Mario 3D World or Land, you can beat the game, you know, but if you want to get everything, like Odyssey as well, Galaxy 1 and 2, if you want to get everything, and you want to see all the, like, bonus stuff, it's gonna be a lot harder. And Yoshi had that same thing to a certain extent, so that's something I would like. But I still want the game to be a little bit more challenging than what I think it's gonna be at this point in time. But yeah, the post-game difficulty spike is great. I love that. Like, I like that you can see the ending, and you feel like, okay, I did it. And then you realize, like, oh, there's a whole other aspect to this game. There's this much more, and if you really want to see, like, the true ending, or if you want to get, you know, the completion, you gotta go mental. I like that. It's like Final Fantasy VII's not that difficult, overall. But if you want to defeat Emerald and Ruby Weapon, there's a little bit of work that you have to do. Vinny, have you talked about Hollow Knight much? I want to know your thoughts, but don't want to watch much of Dead Cells spoiled for me. Well, I have good news for you. The first thing is, this is not a story-based game primarily, so you can watch this and you won't have any real spoilers. So you should be good. You should be good. But, my thoughts on Hollow Knight, I mean, you could probably imagine, given how much I liked Hollow Knight, you can imagine what I'm gonna say. Dead inside. HP plus 50%. Food no longer heals you. That's interesting. I can relate to that skill. But I want something a little bit different. Did they improve necromancy? You know, let's see. Let's find out. So what was the change? How did they change it? Does anyone know? It's a percentage now. What, it was a flat rate previously? Okay. It went from 2 HP to 1%. Okay. My shield will cause the dude to bleed. So that's something I'm trying to make happen. Just a quick heal. Oh, fuck. The bleeding is good, too. Oh, boy. I have to remember these attacks. I haven't played this game in months, so I'm getting there. It's gonna take me a little time. Oh. Alright! Alright, and I didn't even have that fucking... The equipment kind of sucked a little bit, too. Okay, so note... There's no legendary here. But 2 pieces of other equipment. Vinny, the Fantabulous game has a new trailer for its major update. Please check it out. I've seen it. With your health right now, Necro heals you for 2.44 per kill. I have a bit of an issue with the Fantabulous game. It does look great. Compared to, you know, what it was. It actually does. So then you may say, Vinny, what's your issue? Why are you being a jerk-ass? Why you always have to be a jerk-ass? Why can't you just say something nice about something for once? Well, let me tell you. Part of the appeal of the Fantabulous game was its shittiness. And now the game looks good, but I'm afraid it will rise to mediocrity. Because it's gonna try really hard to be a good game. Let me show you. I might be right. I might be wrong. Maybe the game is awesome. I am still looking forward to it, and I will probably play it. But I want to just show you the trailer a bit. And I love the Fantabuloso developer. He's actually a really nice dude. He's actually great. But let me show you. So, the attempt here is to make it a legit platformer. So I'm a little worried that it's going to be too legit to quit, but it's not going to end up, like, rising to the... It's not going to be a Hat in Time. Already, look at the quality. Look how much work was put into this. Oh my god. Could you believe this is the Fantabulous game? There's a fucking story. This is a good time for me to take an aspirin, because I've got a toothache-related headache. Fun, right? Root canal, here we come. I guess it's fitting for me to be talking about root canals while I watch this trailer. So, it's a first-person shooter now, I think. and you can be a gargoyle. Speaking of Hat Kid. Look at this. So there you go. Can we just do that real quick? Much better. So it looks good. It actually looks really you know, like there's passion. God, there's fucking passion in there. But, like I said, you know, you compare it to a game like Hat in Time, I wonder, is it, you know, because there's an appeal to a quick, intentionally stupid, shitty game. You know, so I have to, you know, because it's happened before, and that's why I'm a little hesitant. I want to be proven wrong. I want that game to be awesome. I don't mean to be a negative narrowed. But, we shall see. We shall see. And you know, when the game comes out, you can almost guarantee it's going to be streamed. So let's hope it's a worthwhile streaming experience for me. Vinny, that game was the first Vinesauce video I saw. The Smash Mouth eggs drew me in. Well, that's actually the fantastic game. Those are different people altogether. That's, you know, there's like a genre from those eggs. There was a time when people would just shit out, whatever Unity... I kind of missed that to some extent. But it was getting really painful, and I would play them. Like, once a week, a new egg-like would come out. Also, this game still has freezes. You can see it, right, chat? You can see that the game does every now and then do a micro-stutter. Weird. Yeah, I don't love that. They said that there were no more micro-stutters. Alright, whatever. Essentially, though, people would submit a new egg-like, and it was just a quick, like, meme Unity game with just references. Like, it would be this. It would be a maze, a hallway, and then a number of meme pictures on the side with a couple of really poor platforming segments and default Unity assets that would last 25 minutes. But it would take me an hour because the platforming was so fucking, like, precise and horrible. Games like Alien Jump. So, you know, it was funny the first couple games, and I enjoyed them, but then it started getting a little bit like, okay, I don't really want to play any more of these. Someone in chat just said that's basically every Vinesauce stream, though. You're right, Dead Cells is an egg-like. Definitely. Vinny, I thought you wanted the new Fantabuloso to be like that. Well, picture this. really want it to be that. That's what it was. But the good news is, it was short. So... And it was actually better than most of the other egg-likes. Fantabuloso was a self-aware egg-like developer. I believe it was actually even a parody of egg-likes. The idea was, I'm gonna make the stupidest thing I can make, and Vinny will stream it. And they were right, but they were actually a talented game developer, too. It wasn't just, like, stupidity for the sake of stupidity, they actually had skill. And then, I guess when they got a little bit of attention from the Fantabulous game, they were like, hey, let's make a full Fantabulous. And I really, you know, I'm happy for them. I think that's great. I think they should be making a full Fantabulous. But now it has to compete with other games of such a caliber. Why was it called an egg-like? Because there were eggs, the Smash Mouth eggs. Someone just said, Vinesauce, I miss the days when you played trash more than once a week. I don't. God, I don't. Weed Chase needs a remaster. You remember Weed Chase? Vinny, I miss when you used to sound dead inside. A buddy in misery. I'm just better at not sounding like I'm dead inside. Hasn't changed a whole lot otherwise. Yeah, that to me is, I have to laugh about that when people, like, miss when I was more depressed, or when I sounded more depressed. That's like saying, Vinny, I don't want you to be happy, in oh so many words. Does that make sense? I mean, that's entertaining for people? I don't know, maybe it is. But, as I've said plenty of times, it wasn't just depression. I'm sure that was in there too, but it was also microphone quality. It was also me learning how to be a streamer, learning how to speak, learning how to enunciate. It was like a whole host of issues. So even if I was severely depressed at the moment, you wouldn't be able to tell like you could. The other reason I probably sounded like that is because I was playing trash more than once a week. Vinny, what does misery love? Company. Come pennies. Oh, they already... No. Pennies are already fucking gross. You don't need... We don't need to make them worse. God. There's nothing worse than, like, fucking old sweaty pennies that... You know, that you just grab onto them, and then your hand smells like fucking filthy copper for the... Anyway. There are lots of things worse than that. definitely lots of things. I had to think about that for a moment. I'm like, oh no, no, there are things worse in this world than sweaty pennies. Definitely. Vinny, my friend is a nurse and she had to remove a $100 bill from a woman. What do you mean from a woman? Where? I'm not gonna get the answer to that because now the chat is scrolling too quickly, but I don't think I want the answer to that. Yeah, I've changed my mind. I don't want to know where. Yeah, it was in the woman. Fair enough. Whoa! Vinny, will you ever play Monster Hunter World again? I'm not crazy about that game's endgame. I can't say I'll never play it, but here's the thing, I have the PS4 version, and I'm less likely to boot that up than if I had the PC version, but that's the one I chose and stuck with, and even with the expansion coming out, I'm just not sure. Here's the thing about Monster Hunter World. I enjoyed every minute of that game. If there was a Monster Hunter World 2, I would play that. But I'm also, many of you know this, I talk about this every time Monster Hunter comes up. But I can only handle like one Monster Hunter every so often, because it's just that grind. It's not my favorite thing, so I like to... Maybe once every 2 years I can do a Monster Hunter from start to finish, or at least get to endgame and then get discouraged and give up. But once every 2 years feels like a good amount for me. Vinny, will you play Vanilla WoW when it comes out? I toyed with that because I played WoW for the vanilla, and I played it for the first 2 expansions. No, first 1 expansion, that's it. Burning Crusade was the end of my WoW career, and I didn't even do everything in that. I don't know, maybe. I don't really know. I don't really like MMOs anymore. The only thing I would do is go back to it for nostalgic purposes. But I already remember what it was like. Like, I could replay the events of WoW in my head. I remember all the spots that I liked. I just don't think it's gonna recapture the magic. So many things that we try to do to try to get back that magic from when we were young. But remember what Kylo Ren said? He said, I can't actually move the mic closer to my mouth because it mutes automatically. but he said,
Kill the past. Kill the past. Let go.
that's what he said. Ironic. He should be in a Star Wars film. Talking about killing the past. Jesus. So I don't think it'll, you know, it's something that I've considered. I'm not totally counting out that I'll play it. Even maybe just for a month. But, here's what I will play. Warcraft 3. I've already streamed Warcraft 3 a couple times, and I like revisiting that game every now and then. So, the remaster is going to make it easier to revisit. It's going to have, you know, the map editor with more function. So people are going to make more cool shit. And I can't wait for them custom games to start up all over again. I have way more nostalgia for Warcraft 3 custom games than I do for, World of Warcraft. Now here's the thing, I wonder if, with this Warcraft 3 remake, knowing how Blizzard is now, do you guys think that they're gonna do a new expansion for it? I mean, new balances feel pretty... Maybe some new units? No? I wonder if they're gonna do anything like new units. They're definitely gonna balance out some stuff. Like, they were updating that game for years anyway. So I wonder if they're gonna continue updating it and, like, it's, you know, they're not just gonna fucking release the game and leave it exactly as it is. Right? Vinny, Blizzard is fucked, let the dream die. Isn't it amazing how Blizzard's reputation has changed in the past 10 years? Not even 10. I see that sentiment all over the fucking internet. When I first started streaming, Blizzard was still pretty beloved. Like, this is like the past couple years. Not even just the Activision layoffs, not even Diablo Immortal. Like, there was the Diablo 3 fiasco. I'll be honest, I thought they did a really good job with StarCraft 2 from a casual perspective. I don't know how people feel about it competitively, but I enjoyed that game very much. Both the campaign, the custom games, and just playing. So, here's what I want from them. Just give me Warcraft 3. That's it. Just have it run well, look good, with all the compatibilities that it previously had. Maybe some unit changes to balance out the game a little bit. Better matchmaking system. And I'm happy. Don't do too much more than that. No need. Just give me Warcraft 3 and I will be absolutely ecstatic. Some people ask what my top 10 list is for video games, and one of the games I forget to put on it, but it would probably be in there, it's Warcraft 3. Vinny, making us buy 3 separate games just to play the full StarCraft 2 story was garbo. Forgot about that, that was a little garbo. What if Square does that with Final Fantasy VII Remake, as they said they would? Like, episodic releases. God damn it. I do a lot of damage, but I also take a lot of damage. And, you know, that's also to do with skill, which is severely lacking at the moment. Ooh, no, no, no. No, no. I hate this part of the game. I don't know why I decided to come here. Never should have come here. Assassin's Dagger 7. So I'd be going from 5 to 7, but spending all my money. It's a bitch. Vappyvap? I don't remember. If I'm gonna get my, my good decision-making ability back from Dead Cells, I'm gonna have to play a lot more. Alright, there's this door shit. I don't even know what this is. Vinny, where's Tetris? Look at what Tetris has done to the stream. Yeah, it was awesome. I learned so much more since I played it too. I learned about what badges mean. You can, the more kills you get, the more badges you acquire, and you can actually steal people's badges by killing them if they have a high amount. And what that means is you do a fuckload more damage. You do more garbage blocks. And if you choose attackers, you can attack the people with the lowest amount of... well, with the most amount of lines that are about to die. And then you can steal their shit. So there's like so much more strategy in that game than I thought there was. So next time I play, hypothetically, I will be ready, and I will be even better. Hypothetically. I still would like to do one Apex Legends stream at some point, and I really wish I would have got to that before it became new Fortnite. Because just on principle alone, that's gonna be a shitty thing for people. They're gonna be like, no. No, what are you doing? Vinny, what are you doing? Stop! Stop! But it's, you know, again, there's aspects of that game that I think are really cool. And, I've only played it like 3 separate times, but I enjoyed it all 3 times. I just didn't, good at it. Oh god. Oh no, 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 no. Oh, forgot about that part. Someone just wrote, it's PUBG, only more colorful. There's a little more to it than that. No. He's thinking of Fortnite? Well, even that's different. I'll go one more run, and then Pap Mario. They're all different from each other in some subtle and not so subtle ways. But I actually think that the reason Apex became popular is because, not because of dancing, it's because it's actually a good shooter, and it has some quality of life stuff. That, and, you know, it does have the character-driven stuff, which people are used to from games like Overwatch. And, you know... Again, I know that there's an irrational anger at that kind of thing. I don't really particularly care for the characters. I would have been much happier with, customization, like a character creation. But I do like that they have skills. I like the abilities. I like that it's a smaller thing, so it takes less time for the action. You know, the map isn't so huge. PUBG, my take on it, I've played, you know, most of the battle royales at this point, and even if only a little bit. And one of the reasons I liked Fortnite when it first started was that the map was smaller, so it was just less wandering and doing nothing. Doing nothing. And more nothing. And traveling. And then you get sniped in the head and you die. That's the problem I had with Fortnite, with PUBG. I liked PUBG for the crouching. I liked the strategy, the tactical element. I liked that you could, you know, you could hide in like a house for a while. I don't know, there was just something kind of tense about it, and it was cool. Like, if you had a good squad, you can do cool stuff. And the vehicles were fun and everything, but it just was too much nothing. Fortnite introduced building, which I never got good at, so I was already damned from the start, because that was a huge component, and it wasn't one that I was overly interested in. But at least, you know, there's a rarity system, so you felt like you were getting loot. You know, them sick loot, and there was the smaller map. When it comes to skins and dancing, that's not... Let's not even talk about that. It's more gameplay... Gameplay-wise, there was a bigger carrot to dangle with Fortnite. It was a much more pronounced carrot. And now Apex is much more familiar to people that like Titanfall and games like that. I mean, earlier Call of Duties. The shooting is solid, the engine's pretty good. And it's just a smaller thing, so you get into the combat quicker. The loot system is kind of similar to Fortnite, in the sense that there's a rarity thing. Overall, I just think that it's just a smart game. The communication system has spoiled me. Any other first-person shooter I play that's team-based, if it doesn't have a similar communication system, I'm probably gonna look for it. I'm like, where is it? So... And the weapons are all different and cool. Like, you have a fucking tri-laser sniper rifle that shoots three laser. You know, there's like a pistol shotgun. Not... The problem is the pistol shotgun kind of blows, but at least they tried. Maybe they'll balance it. I like the weapons, and again, they're familiar from Titanfall. So, yeah, I mean, just from a gameplay perspective, the skills, the communication stuff, it's a good game. So, if anything, I'm kind of happy that it's doing well, because it's not just successful because of memes. It's successful because of its own merit, and because of developers who I think actually care. My worry is that EA is going to take notice, I've said before, and now EA is going to be like, those Respawn guys, we should tell them what to do next. Because by all accounts, they left Respawn alone, and Respawn was able to make this game the way they wanted. And they had to, because they weren't selling. Titanfall 2 didn't sell very well, and this was a pivot that worked really well for them. And they adapted, to their credit, whether or not you like Battle Royale. They're hanging on in there now. At least that's my view. I could be wrong. But I like that, you know, like that they made it. They did it. But now EA is probably gonna find a way to, I don't know. They're gonna do the thing. Apparently Tetris 99 has been data mined. The dev said Titanfall 3 is still happening. Well, now they're probably going to be allocated as much budget and resources as they want, hopefully, for a Titanfall 3. If that's the case. I hope so, at least, because that's the game I want from them. And again, for those that haven't played Titanfall, or if you're not into shooters, it was just a better first-person shooter. I don't know how to explain it. It's just a really... It's a game that both feels good, plays good, has a lot of unique ideas, it's fun, and it brought some life into the drab first-person shooter sameness. So... that's why there's a lot of love for that game. It was not made just for the money. It was made because the people really seemed to enjoy what they were doing and they wanted to make a good shooter. But anyway, the data mine, apparently there's a team battle for Tetris 99 on the way. Possibly. I don't know what else, but just different game modes. That's good. The game is a success. I want to see more. There is something to the Battle Royale thing that I like. I mean, obviously, I've played the underwater one, I've played the Tetris one, I've played so many. I like the Battle Royale thing. And now that Tetris did it successfully, serious question. Here's a serious question for anyone that may have any ideas. What other weird genre plus Battle Royale would work? I know it's a meme. I know the Royale is a meme at this point, but I really want to know what you guys think. What other game series or genre would make a good Battle Royale? Someone said StarCraft. Racing, MOBA, horror, poker, Twisted Metal. That's a good idea, Nick. I actually like that idea, like vehicular combat. Mario Kart? I don't know about that. Smash? Soul Calibur? How would that work? Breath of the Wild style battle royale? You mean just like medieval, like sword combat kind of deal? I mean, whether or not this conversation is a joke, E3 this year is gonna look very royale-y. Just like it did last year. I think even more so, because now people have had time to adjust to this thing. So just like Apex, we're gonna see a lot of high quality... high budget, let's say. High budget, royale game modes. F-Zero? Yo, F-Zero was the original Royale. In F-Zero, what are you doing? You're in a race with fucking... you know... dozens of other people. 30, 40, whatever it was. One of the game modes was just, like, kill them. Death race, man. GTA Royale. I wonder if that's something Rockstar's investigating for a future update. I wouldn't be fucking surprised. Or maybe like a Red Dead thing. I'd also like to go on record and say that some things should not have a Royale mode. Counter-Strike tried it on the fucking crusty-ass Source engine. And don't get me wrong, Apex uses the Source engine, but it's heavily modified. And even that is showing its age. I don't think Apex Legends is that good-looking of a game. I mean, they gutted the fuck out of it. But, no, it doesn't need to be, but it's just, you know, you can see it when you're dropping and... there's a lot of pop-in, but Counter-Strike is even worse. Like, the Counter-Strike Royale is only 18 people. And I played it one time, and I just didn't get it. Maybe there's more to it that I didn't see. But the map is not that big. They did the best they could. It's, there's a video... Dave, you want to link that in chat? There's a video about how they got it to work. And they had to, like, build a weird pyramid mask or something. And windows are blacked out at a certain distance. So it's kind of unfair. Like, the limitations of the Source engine actually make it kind of a cheese. It's a fascinating video, but it also shows to me that... at this point... Valve probably needs to make a new engine. I don't know. And to be clear, I'm aware that the Source engine isn't the exact same engine it was when Half-Life 2 was released. There was like Source 2.0 and all that stuff, whatever, but... yeah, there's room for more improvement. Valve making something other than money, that's the best joke I've heard all week. Yeah, I know. They made an announcement not too long ago saying that they were gonna put the effort into games again. Does anyone believe that? I don't know, I kind of believe it. I'm an optimist. Well, I try to be. that upgrade. I'm still using Assassin's Dagger 1. And I'm still using my bow, level 1. For fuck's sake. Let me go for ammo. I want to try to make this a bow-heavy run. The 60 frames a second are noticeable. Only a little bit, because the game already had a bit of a stylized feel to it, so it didn't really bother me that it was 30, but it looks good now. The stuttering is less. It's barely there, but it's still there when you break through a floor. So I don't know if they can fix that, but I would like for them to. Here's the piss sewer. Oof. Oh, so here's a fight that I have to do with the shittiest equipment possible. It's fine, I got it. And I get gold as well as a cell. Damage from projectiles reduced by 75%. That's pretty good. Minus 5% damage as well. All the little changes that I've noticed so far, and I haven't noticed that many because it's been so long, are very good. I have to read up on them a little bit more. I just wish I had more hours in the day to play video games because I really want to continue playing Wargroove, and now I want to play this, and I want to play Everspace. On top of all the shit I'm streaming. Guess I'll just waste my life. Someone said that's unfortunate that it is all a waste, huh? Well, a man by the name of Lon Gemin once said, "Time you enjoyed wasting was not time wasted." Alright. Well, if I play more of this, we're gonna cut into the Super Paper Mario time. And I'd like to pap now. I didn't get a chance to play a ton of this, but I'll definitely come back to it. There's also a book that has been made for this game that they wanted to send me, and I think I can do a contest to give one away. I haven't heard anything about it in a while, but it's like an art book, and it's got development details and stuff. And I told them they wanted me to like promote it and tweet it. I said, how about this? How about you give me the permission to do a giveaway and I'll give one away on my stream? And they said yes, but then I haven't heard from them at all. So I would like for that to happen. Vinny, do you enjoy the games you stream? I do, and if I didn't, I wouldn't play them. So yeah, I definitely enjoy what I stream. I try to specifically play games that I enjoy, for obvious reasons. Also, I want to see what custom mode is, but I haven't unlocked it yet. Except Sunday. Yeah, that's not my day. Sunday's not my day. Doesn't count. Doesn't count. this game continues to evolve, and I love it. I think this is one of the best indie games in a very, very long time. And up there with Slay the Spire. For sure. And I'd also, you know, if that comes to Switch, I know it is. Then I will continue throwing more of my life away. Good. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Gonna take a quick break. We're gonna be right back with Super Pap Mario. Going to turn my TV off. Oh god, this monitor. Forgot about that. I'm gonna play a song for you. And while that happens, I will be heating up a crepe. It's weird how this monitor makes some things blurry and other things are now not blurry. I don't get it. Damn. Damn. Beautiful monitor. But it doesn't work. Not the way that it was intended to work. Needs a little bit more pepper. Alright, stick around everybody. I'll see you in a bit. Damn.